Good morning, family and friends. Welcome to the Woke Nation, our nation of factual truth, our nation of spreading knowledge without fear or favor. And also welcome you to this beautiful day. And we are beautiful. That's why we are here. We were born beautiful. We are gorgeous. And as I always do, I encourage you to join us as we seek and spread knowledge. It's not an organization, it's not a cult, it's not a movement, it's just us. We, and you are free to live as you were born to live. Not created, we are not creatures. Nah. We are part of the universe, born to live. Not just to live, but to explore and enjoy our lives. So you are welcome. I've been planning to speak on this, although I think last month I hinted on it about the two very important great things in life that our religious parents, our spiritual parents, did not teach us. They failed to teach us about these two things. And today, many of us are living in bondage, even in fear, because of them. And I will try to, throw some light or more light on them, and it will help. Also, you can contribute. Remember, I don't know it all because I am not almighty. I am just mighty, just as you are mighty. But when we come together, we become almighty. Nothing can stop us when we are united together and decide to do anything in life. So, and this is about how they miseducated us about sex and death. Sex and death. Two great things, two beautiful things, two excellent things we're supposed to be enjoying in life has become something horrible. Some people, sex has messed up their life. Some people, fear of death has messed up their life. They are no longer living the life they're supposed to live. They are not living in fear and bondage because of the miseducation from our childhood. Because the truth is this, they lie to us about everything. Ever since the evil people invaded Africa, rewrite the history and destroy African culture and tradition, everything they taught us are lie, all of them. Everything they taught us lies to deceive us. And many of us are fighting to keep that lie. Many of us are fighting to promote that lie more, but no condition is permanent. So, in home or in government places or in religious places, you know, especially in our home, our parents did not teach us about sex. The first time you had sex as an adult, your parents didn't teach you sex unless your parents were exempted. But like where I came from, our parents didn't teach us about sex, although they taught us about God. They taught us about heaven. They taught us about righteousness. They taught us about truth, which is religious truth. But when it comes to sex, no, They did not teach us that because they see it as a spiritual thing or religious thing, you know. So because they see themselves as spiritual people or religious people. You have seen some people that claim to be spiritual saying no, they don't want to touch a woman because if they touch a woman, it will affect their operation, it will affect their whatever power they are having. You have seen that even men of God are scared of sex scandal. They don't want to hear that they get caught because they sleep with their church member or with their religious member, whether they are a man, whether they are a pastor. They don't want to see that mentioned with their name. Sex, no, unless if it's with their wife. But if not with their wife, although they did that, they are fucking their church members, they are fucking their religious members, but they don't want it to be seen because all of them are living fake life. A man born to have sex decided not to have sex because of some spiritual nonsense. I remember one time I went out for evangelism in Fegon, so I was preaching to young guys in the street. You know how it is. They say, oh, but I see have sex. I say, no, I will not have sex until I get married. They say, are you telling me at your young age you are not having sex? I say, no. You see, to them, it was like they surprised. How can this guy? And I was not having sex that time too. I was a true Christian. I said, I will not have sex until I get married. And when we say get married, that's until you did wedding. Even although you get married, the day you pay the bride price, but you will not still have sex until you did church wedding. You see the bondage these people put us in. They refuse to teach us the truth in our homes. They did not teach us truth in the government or schools, whatever they call it. They did not teach us the truth we need to live. So whether you call it in church, in mosque, in government, they did not teach us the truth. But in them, you have them, we believe they know better. No, they are trained fools. They are educated fools. But our parents were spiritual, religious parents. And they trusted that those people in the learning, in the institution of learning know better, or they know what they're teaching, but they don't. They really don't, because they are trained to teach us that. What people that vilified our culture, that the people that vilify our African family structure, say this is what you must be teaching. We want to see your curriculums. We want to see your this is what you must teach. If you don't teach it, get out. If anybody don't agree with this, don't allow them to teach in this school. Two very important, great things in life, they fail to teach us right. They say sex is spiritual thing. Sex is real. And I've seen some people saying that. Oh, sex. When you have sex with this person, you're connected with that person spiritually. That's bullshit. We all are connected naturally. We don't need any spiritual connection. We don't need any religious connection. No, we are natural beings. We are connected. We don't need any God to help us. We don't need any God to teach us. The universe teaches us. The universe taught our ancestors until today. Those who claim that there's a spirit teaching them or there's God teaching them, they have not found out how our ancestors built the great pyramids. Nature is powerful, but that's why religion came and substituted that nature with God, invisible God, imaginary God you cannot see. Instead of you to learn from nature, although if you can read their book, you will say that it said, does not nature teach you this? They know, but because they don't have access to nature as we do, so they have to vilify what we have. They don't know how we get that power, even how we operate. They don't know. So they have to build weapons to destroy those who have that power. But it's natural. Even if you kill them off, their descendants are coming up. They will still be connected to nature. and they will know what their ancestors know. But Africans has been taught far away from that. They are clinging on spirituality, religion. Spirituality, religion takes you away from your originality, from your reality, and you are living a fake life thinking, oh, that's our way, we must live. It's not. We were not born to live a spiritual life. We are not born to live a religious life. We are born to live a natural life. Carnal-minded people. Without carnality, we won't be here today. You are here today because your parents had sex, not because God gave you to your parents. Stop believing those lies, because those lies have no proof. That's why they are lies. Truth have proof. Sex is natural and great. Death is natural and great. Many of us have been raised to see death as enemy, as an enemy. Many of us have been trained to see death as the end of life. They taught us that word death, but in actuality, in reality, there is no death in life. There is no death. That's death being an end. No way. We don't die. We live on. We move on. Think about it, death and sleep. Before you slept, you were alive. And when you wake up, you stay alive because your life is eternal. But when you are asleep, you don't know nothing. Nobody knows. You don't move, so you say you are asleep. It's like when you say somebody is dead, that person is not dead. That person is sleeping, but because the body is not moving. So now, because you bury the body in the ground, you think that is the end. That is the evil they taught us. Actually, what they brought to us is destruction. And because they brought death, they said the death is eternal. No, it is life that is eternal. Do you know that you existed before you were conceived in your mother's womb? And you will continue existing after you leave this body. You were living before this body, not as a spiritual being, not as a religious being. You were living as a natural being. For those of you that believe you are going to heaven or to hell, tell me first, where were you before you were conceived and born? Were you in heaven or hell? Wherever you came from, you are going back there. Let me show us some lies they taught us more. They tell us that sex affects your spiritual life and activities. Sex affects your religious life and activities. All those things are lies, because religion and spirituality are lies. They are not the truth. They are made up. People made up spirituality. People made up lies. That's why they came up with those theories about creation. It started with people that claim to be spirituals. They begin to make, oh, we were created in this, and among them, they have different stories, different versions of creation, because it's not the truth. The truth is always one sun. When you go there, you see sun. There is no two nature, it's one nature, because nature is the truth and we all came from the nature. Understand, another lie they tell you is sex is a taboo for kids to know about it. Don't talk about sex with the kids. No, I say no. I've been talking with my daughter about sex, telling her, but even how I was also doing I tell her that. I tell her, listen, I'm not raising you like my parents raised me. Although I tried to do that when I was a Christian, but I'm no longer a Christian, so I must raise you differently. Now, I'm not saying you must live as I'm saying. You have the choice to choose whether to continue in religion or in truth. And she's asking me some hard questions, which I always crack. Because when you are saying the truth, you will not think, okay, what will I say now? Oh, I don't know what to say. No, truth is simple. Speak what you know, not what you believe. You don't teach your children about sex, but you are teaching them about war. You are teaching them about wrestling. You are teaching them about history. If children can know about history, why not sex? They were born with the equipment already. They don't know what it is. You see some girls, they go into bathroom or into restroom or into toilet. They use mirror to look at their vagina, begin to touch it because the mother did not teach them anything about it. You see the boys, they don't know how to use them. Maybe something they see there, they begin to touch girl. Even some of them begin to touch their relations because they don't know. They have that, nobody teach them about sexual urge or that. We don't talk sex with our kids because we are spiritual people, religious people. Bullshit. Natural people should talk about everything that affects them, regardless their age. Say, no, don't talk sex with the children, but you go and buy them toy gun. So why not buy them toy sex too? toy penis, toy vagina. Why do they build toy gun, but they won't build toy penis and toy vagina for children? They teach us destruction, but not the good things of life. You see why there is no peace in the world. They tell you that sex is by sex you're spiritually connected to whoever you have sex. So how many people have you have sex? I have said, okay, all those people you are connected with them. The scientists say you are connected with them, or some people say you are connected with them spiritually. Nonsense. We all are connected. That's why we are human beings. We all are connected. Stop spiritualizing natural thing. Stop religionizing natural thing. That's why we are having problem today. And some of you think your problem is unsolvable. No, there's no problem we cannot solve. The only problem you cannot solve is the one you deny. But the moment you accept it's a problem, you will solve it. If you cannot solve it, there's another human being that can solve it. Another lie is that they tell you sex is evil, sex is sin, unless after marriage or after wedding. I have penis. You say I will not use it until I marry. I have penis. You say I will not use it until I wedding. You are wicked. Everyone that made up that law is wicked. And it is white people that made on black people also made up their own. So if nobody is there for me, or if I don't have what it takes to marry, number one, marriage is not a natural thing. Marriage is man-made. No, marriage is a cultural thing. That's why different people have different ways of their own marriage. And that's how they are living. But you say, no, it must be for everybody. No. It's not a must you're married to have children too. But they have made it so. You must marry. You see some people, some religious parents, chasing away their daughter out of their family because she's pregnant by a man or by her boyfriend. That instead of them to say what happened, but you are the one. Did you teach that to your daughter about sex? Do you tell her how men will want to sleep with her just by looking at her breast, looking at her body? Men must need it. You say, no, God will protect my children. Oh God, I commit my daughter into your hand. Protect her. And she came back pregnant. Yeah, God cannot protect her because sex is more powerful than God. Now you should know why religion subjugate women, subjugate female, and say no, because they know when a man, no matter how anointed that man is, the moment that man sets his eyes on a woman, especially a young woman, or a woman that is naturally endowed well, their breast is well formed, their back is well formed, you see, like white garment church, when women wear white garment and dance in it, you see how their body shake there? You must have erection unless you are sick. You don't know. Yeah, sometimes we just watch it. You think we just listen, watching at your church nonsense. No, we are looking at when they are shaking, when they bend their white garment church. Oh, so some of them know now, so they hold it. That's why you see in white garment church, they tell you their leader have been fucking all of them, getting them pregnant. Oh, you are looking for child. Don't worry, come now. The way you dance, the man will fuck you where you will get pregnant by force. Well, they will not tell you all this, but this is woke nation, where we say it as it should be, as it is. All right, so sex, that's what they teach you. They say God created you, God gave you the equipment. He said, don't use it. If you use it, it's a sin. It's fornication. If you use it, you will be punished. It's even maybe after you marry, you may not have child because you have been sleeping around. Of course, that's the equipment. I'm supposed to be using it. You're telling me as a woman, I feel horny, I should not have sex, I should wait until I get married. You must be stupid. Then don't give it to me until I am qualified, I'm ready to get married. Then you give it to me. In fact, okay, you give me the equipment, take the bullet away. That's the sexual urge. If the urge comes, it's supposed to do what you should do naturally. But they say, no, don't do that. They say, look not, touch not, speak not, think not about it, to avoid falling into sin and punishment. Fuck them. I equipped you, but forbid you from using that equipment. What type of wickedness is that? I give you money to buy whatever you want. But, oh, don't spend that money. It doesn't make sense. You have a man and a woman. You gave them penis and vagina. He said, but no, don't use it. Don't use it. In fact, if you look at her, lost in your heart, you have committed adultery. Fuck anyone that said that. Fuck anyone that made such commandments or such law. But for you to see that you cannot cheat nature, you cannot deny nature, no matter how anointed they are, no matter how spiritual they are, they still committing that thing they call fornication, living in bondage, living in lie. And that's one of the reasons I hate religion with all my heart. They lie to us about everything. They tell you death is evil that comes to steal away. Which death? Yet in their Bible they say, God give it, God take it. Blessed be his name. Yet you say so again that death is a thief. No, it's religion. And it's church people singing that. The same people that believe you can't see God until you die. So why are you saying death is a thief? When that's the express way for you to go and see that you are wonderful God. That mighty, almighty God you are. So why are you saying death is a thief? It's not death. That's the part of miseducation. That is part of nonsense they taught us in religion. That is evil that comes to steal away people, steal away this. So you see parents, even when their kids have little fever, oh, please, I don't want you to die. I don't want you to die. Then anything you tell them, they will do. Some of them, okay, give your child this, they give the child, will die then. They lie to us that death is a wish from your enemy or a wish you should give to your enemy. Death. The truth is this. Death solves no problem. You are wishing somebody dead, we never solve that problem. Oh, somebody that did this, oh God, kill them, they must die. It doesn't solve the problem. If death solves the problem, there will be no problem in this world. Death does not, just like war does not solve problem. You go and kill all people, there must be somebody that escaped there. And if that person got knowledge of what really happened and is not maybe converted as a religious person or spiritual person, that person will regroup and come after those people that kill his people. But they use spirituality and religion to tell you, don't worry, God will fight. There is supreme being. He's watching. He will punish the wicked. Which God will punish the wicked? Have you seen any God punish the wicked? If there is God that punished the wicked, why people would have been punished? No, God is punishing them. They are the God that gave you the book. They are the God that gave you the religion. And they are still the one punishing you. Although they kill your ancestors, but they are still the one punishing you. Because you lack the knowledge you need to say, ask yourself, wait a minute, who killed my ancestors? Those people. Okay. What do they have? You study them, you know them. Then you go and prepare, build more than what they have. You see how you will beat them and restore back your heritage. Very simple. But it's still people like myself, black people, that will tell me, shut up, shut up. White people are, that cloth you are wearing, who made it? White people. This thing you are using to go, white people, okay, give it back to them. You are stupid because you lack knowledge. But when you know that the one who hates your ancestors, who kill your ancestors, are your enemies, then you will do the right thing. But the more you say, oh, no, it is God's will. It is God's will for them to kill our ancestors. If it happened, it is God's will. If it is happening, it's God's will, then why are you praying? If everything that happens in this world is according to God's will, why are you praying? If it's God's will for you to be rich, you don't need to work. You will get rich. If it's God's will for you to be blessed, you don't need anyone to bless you. You will be blessed. If God's will for you to suffer, no matter what you do, you suffer, right? So why are you praying? Why are you worshiping God? If God already made up his mind concerning you, are you praying to change his mind? Death solves no problem. Another lie, they tell you that death is opposite of life. No, it's not. Death is not against life. Death is as good as life. Death is as good as life. Wish me death, I need it. I said one of the reasons I will never go to their heaven. Two reasons I will never go to heaven is because in that heaven of Christianity, there's no woman there. My parents born me into their religion. I found out there's no woman there. I'm not going because I have penis. I need to be having sex with women, whether you like it or not. Even when I'm old, I will still be taking something to keep me up. We need to be satisfying our women. We need it. It's natural. Okay? So they don't have it. Then the second one, he said, in that heaven, there will be no more death. I'm not going where there's no death. I want to be dying and coming. Without death, you will not have life. You were first in your father's loins. Then you died when he saw you into your mother's womb. Then you died. Then in your mother's womb, you resurrected there, formed, and come out in this body you are in. Think. Death is as good as life. And I know that religious people, they're scared of death, and spiritual people. So I always say that. Okay, this is what you're saying. You will die in it. They say, why are you insulting me? You will go to heaven now. I'm not insulting you when I tell you as a believer, you are a believer, I tell you, you will die today. You're supposed to thank me because I am opening door for you to go to heaven. I'm not insulting you, but because you don't know the truth, you think I'm insulting you. Like when I call Christians congenital idiots, I'm not insulting them. That's what they are. That's the real meaning of the word Christian. Congenital idiot. And I call you stupid as a Christian, you get up, so, but you are a shepherd, you are a sheep. The Lord is your shepherd. Sheep is stupid. Stupid animal. You say I'm not insulting you. I'm just saying it as it is. Death is not opposite of life. And another lie that death is a loss. Oh, I lost my father. I lost my mother. I lost my this. I lost my that. No, you don't lose anyone. They are still in this world. They are coming back. When you sleep, did we lose you? No. You wake up. So that's what we do. Nature will wake you up, or people wake you up. You will incarnate. Oh man, agwo ya na-ebom na china. Death is as good as life. It's not a loss, it's a gain. It is a door. That's what they told you, that Jesus is the door. No, death is the door that leads you to life. Jesus is not. Just as vagina is, so is death. Vagina is the door that leads you to life that you are living today. And death will be the door that will take you to another life. You see why when a woman gives birth, they have to come and cut the placenta. Hey, they cut that thing that connects you to her. You have to die to live. Because if that thing remains, you will not survive. You have to leave the door so that the door will close back. Leave so that the door will close back. Remember that you existed before birth and you will exist after death in this world, not in heaven, not in hell, in this world. I made that post earlier. I said, your source will always supply your needs. Your source supplies your need. For those of you that are still confused about where you came from, where are you eating from, where will you be buried, your source supply all your need. This universe gives you everything free of charge. Everything you need to live, this universe supplies it. The rain, the sun, the food, everything. This universe, there's no God giving it to you. But religion tell you, no, it is God. God is the one that gives you the rain. God, it is not any God. Then they ask you to bring tithe and offering for that God. It's not. It is time you wake up, Africans. Sex is not a sin, and death is not your end. Enjoy sex in this world. We must change those lies and live the truth. Sex is a nature. If you are born with penis and vagina, that means you is already there. All you need is to know how to use it. Know how to use it so you don't devastate your own life. You see some people that are going to school because they are pregnant now. Why can't we have school for pregnant women too? Or for women that have child, because a woman have baby now, okay, you cannot learn anything anymore. Sex is not a sin. Stop quoting that fornication. It is white people that made up all those words. The word fuck, do you know where the word fuck came from? F-U-C-K. That was part of the evil the white men were doing in history. Fornication under the consent of the king. But some of you think it's African thing. No, that means when you get married, before you sleep with your wife, the king will sleep with her first. They brought kingship in our land. We didn't have such kingship before. When you say fuck you, you don't know what the real fuck. Fornication under the consent of the king. You will not have sex with your wife that you have decided to marry until the king is sleeping. In other words, She will be disvirgin your wife first before you. Wake up, my people. It's simple. You can go ahead and contribute to this about sex and death, but understand that sex is not bad, sex is not evil, and death is not your end. Stop being afraid of death. Why people have made us to be afraid of death? That's why they are still preying on us, because they know we are scared of dying. Oh, I don't want to die. So that means you cannot go to war then to fight for your freedom because you're afraid of dying. Then, if you're afraid of dying, how about your children? You will eventually die. If death is bad, you will not die, especially when you are a good person. But it's a natural thing. Whether you don't, if you say you will not die now, when you get old, you must pass. It is called transformation. You must be transformed. You will go into the next level of life. You continue living because you are alive. You are eternal. You are spirit. You are energy. You are frequency. You are indestructible. You are unchangeable. You are natural. Peace.